In the planning stages of our exhibition, Minerva Teichert Pageants in Paint, our museum educators and communications manager felt that this mural, Return of Captive Israel, should serve as the signature piece of the show. They believed our public would readily identify it with a pageant because of the elaborate procession it portrays. Indeed, processions are integral to the many pageants still performed by members of the Mormon Church each year, and they were important parts of the countless pageants performed across America in the early decades of the 20th century. From roughly 1905 through the 1920s, communities nationwide staged pageants in order to dramatically recount the history of a town, a region, or the nation itself. During these years, Minerva Teichert studied art in Chicago and New York, where she became enamored with mural painting, an art form that was popular at the same time as pageants. Murals are large paintings that decorate walls in public spaces. Like pageants, murals are meant to be seen by large numbers of people from a distance, and also like pageants, they use human figures to relate important episodes from history. In this mural, Teichert portrays the gathering of Israel in the last days as recorded in Isaiah chapter 49. Figures representing the Gentiles carry forms representing the scattered tribes of Israel in their arms, while shadowy figures in the foreground represent the descendants of Israel's former foes, now bowing to them. Mural painters strove to portray scenes of shallow depth so that their paintings would parallel the flat surfaces of the walls they decorated. One way to accomplish this was to spread their figures across the canvas, and painting the forms in processions is an excellent way to do this. Because of this, processions formed part of many murals, as well as many pageants. When Minerva Teichert discovered the processional forms in mural paintings and pageants in her art study, I can imagine her filled with excitement. Perhaps she said to herself, "What an excellent way to tell the stories of my people in the Book of Mormon." There are so many exoduses, so many comings and goings throughout the Book of Mormon account and in the story of the Mormon pioneers. Processions must have seemed like a natural format for her work, and she continued to use this form throughout her painting career. Return of Captive Israel, painted in 1945, prepared Teichert to paint her largest mural procession ever 2 years later, when she painted all 4 walls of the World Room in the Latter-day Saint Temple in Manti, Utah. In fact, Return of Captive Israel is more similar to the grand procession on the north wall of the Manti World Room than any other painting by Teichert. In Manti, she also portrays a parade of lavishly dressed figures, while shadowy figures appear low in the foreground. And again she portrays a theme of leaving Babylon and coming to Zion, a favorite Teichert theme in both her art and her life.